many of the things that you're going to learn here are going to be a reinforcement of what you know. And probably you can work on making a conscious effort to develop some of those traits and qualities. Sorry. I love this image. I deliberately put it up there because I think this one slide talks about everything that I want to tell you, right? Why emotional intelligence is important. So we have the left brain and we have the right brain. Left brain is our logical, defined, structured part of the brain. The right brain is all about our emotions, feelings, intuitive creativity, intuitive abilities, all that is the right brain. What research has proven is that people who are emotionally intelligent have more number of connectors between their left and right hemispheres. The more number of connectors, so why do you need more number of connectors between the left and the right brain? You need to use both. Number one, when you have, the more the number of connectors, the more emotionally balanced you will be. That is why. So it is like, it works parallelly. They're like the parallel tracks of a railway line. The more you work on your emotional intelligence, the more connectors are formed. And the more connectors are formed, the more emotionally intelligent you start becoming. So it's a journey. It's a journey. So like the typical iceberg example, the IQ is what people see. EQ is what actually supports the whole IQ story. Yeah? So success is more than IQ, which is normally the traditional measure of success. But today, more and more people are recognizing the importance of EQ. Yeah? So I just want to talk about, sorry. ESP? Extrasensory perceptions? No, not really. That's special ability. Just because I'm emotionally intelligent doesn't mean I have ESP. That is some special ability some people have, some people possess. Like the Wolverine, some personalities are there who have some special abilities. Has nothing to do with EQ actually. So there are three primary fields of action. Everything that we do in this world falls under one of these three groups, right? First is the intrapersonal, second is the interpersonal or social, third is the entrepreneurial or professional. I actually encourage leaders to think like entrepreneurs. What does an entrepreneur do? What is it about an entrepreneur that you need to learn to be successful as a leader?
With least resources, create the maximum output.
And impact, number one. Number two, an entrepreneur never stops till he gets the solution. And never stops till he sees the solution to fruition. So I encourage people to think like entrepreneurs. There is a term for that. Entrepreneurial mindset inside a corporate. Intrapreneurial. Develop your intrapreneurial skills. Start thinking of your project, your team as a company. Just see how your leadership style will change. Yeah, I encourage you to try that. Now, at the center of these three, fields of action that we all, operate in, we have our multiple intelligences. You have the IQ, you have the EQ, obviously. IQ, we know, now we have also, know about EQ. What is UQ? Any guesses? UQ? Take a guess. Sorry? Unique, okay, any other words? Understanding. Universal quotient. What is universal quotient? What do you understand by the word universal quotient? My life is like Brigadier Bhasan was saying, my life is not just about me or the workplace. What is it that I'm doing outside of work and outside of my personal life? Is there some purpose that I'm serving? Is there something else I'm contributing to the larger picture? That is your universal intelligence. And great leaders like Steve Jobs, are all, leaders with very high UQ, right? So